So today we're once again talking about another book, and this time it's going to be a little bit of a longer one, so it's not going to be as short as that one that we went through yesterday. And it's going to be a pretty amazing book, I think, because it is about communicating with other people, which is always something that's quite important, at least at my point of view. So I really am stoked, to go through it and talk about it, even though there's some downsides of the book, apparently. But yeah, we're gonna go through it after the intro, as always, because this is what we... And I maybe should actually have something over my mic. Why, motherfucker? Why is it... Hello, yeah, it is you. I gotta have to monitor that. I don't know what's the problem, but do I have... No. Because of certain reasons that I do not understand, and you can't see me, I'm sorry, I am having certain problems with the microphone today. So it seems to be the case that sometimes it is like, nope, I don't want to be recorded, which is not good. Which really is not good. Because, when I'm talking about something and suddenly it's not working any longer, it's just not good. But yeah. And I've also just changed, by the way, my key hotkeys. Yes, my key bindings. Because I've normally had them on 8, 9, and 0. But I've come to the conclusion that I quite often need those numbers. Especially when I type in something. And now I'm having it on comma, period, and the other thing that I don't know the name of. And I do believe that it is a way better thing. Because I don't need them. Just never ever. Quite. It still depends. Some days I just need it. And on some other days it's just like, it is what it is. And I think it is also pretty fast since I am also close to just my trackpad. And so it's working really, really, really fine. I should have done this just way before. But yeah, it is what it is. We always learn, I think. So the book is called How to Talk to Anyone by Leil Lowndes, or Lowndes. However, and we are once again on the Derek Sivers site, which means on the sivers.org site, because I've just found that it is just a great site. It is just a great site, no matter what the fuck you want to say, it is just a great site, motherfucker. It really is, it really is a tremendously good site with a lot of books and a lot of summaries and a lot of stuff. And this is why I want to go through it. And I mean, it is more than 200 books, so if he says that it is an 8 out of 10, then it just also kind of has to be somehow a good book. Of course, there's a lot of subjectivity going on, and because as well I've seen what is it called? The book by Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, of course. He also rated it, I think, only 7 out of 10 or something. Even though a lot of people say it is one of the best books they've ever read. And there's probably more than one person on this planet that read just around 200 books or something. So yeah, of course, there is a lot of subjectivity, but it is what it is. So the little paragraph, the little just overview of the book. Wonderful, considerate book about conversational people skills. Warning, it is written in an extremely flowery style, which I by the way don't know what it is. I can't just assume, but but yeah. But try to see past that and get to the good stuff. Give specific instructions that are really useful for people who are not naturals. Just do what this book says and people will warm up to you. At least we hope, I don't know, but we hope, But I think, it's always something so important. Being able to communicate with people is, I think, always going to be something important, unless in the future there is just only going to be computers and stuff. Then it's going to be I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if I'm just a really fucking asshole, because they don't care anyway. My notes. So we're going to start with the notes that I'm going to read. So yeah, there are two kinds of people in this life. Those who walk into a room and say, well, here I am, motherfucker. And no, it's not in the text. Those who walk in and say, there you are. So first of all, there's the person that is like, okay, I'm here, motherfucker, so please just have a look at me. And the other one is like, well, oh, I see, you are here. It's not a conversation, but it's two different people. You see, nobody gets to the top alone. Over the years, people who seem to have it all have captured the hearts and conquered the minds of hundreds of others who helped boost them, rung by rung, to the top of whatever corporate or social ladder they chose. Yeah, indeed. I think I also kind of believe so. Of course, there's going to be some really talented people, of course, really. And there's also just going to be some people that are having a good head start, people of just quote-unquote wealthy families and stuff like that. And yeah, some people just always gonna have a head start. It is what it is. We can't do something about it. Part 1. How to intrugue, or is it intrugue? Intrugue. everyone without saying a word. You only have 10 seconds to show you are as somebody. Indeed, yeah, it is actually... It's actually, by the way, just a quite fucked up thing, that the first impression that you're having of somebody is just such a huge, important point. Like, who the fuck? Who the fuck came up with this idea? Like, I guess it comes from just us being so, fearful of other people, I guess. Back in the days, of course, they could have killed us, or they can kill us. So should I really talk to this person? Should I really believe in this person? Should I really like this person? I don't know. Part 1. How to intrigue everyone without saying, oh, I've already read that. Yeah. Whenever people meet you, they take an instant mental snapshot. The way you look and the way you move is more than 80% of someone's first impression of you. Give them great posture, a heads-up look, and a confident smile, and a direct gaze. You should gaze them direct in the eye, like you... like something. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really know how much posture actually is. I do know, and it is something that also Harvard was researching, I guess, if this is the right word, I don't know. But it does just change how you personally feel, which kind of also suggests me that it might also be like just changing how other people feel about you and how other people are perceiving you. So yeah, I think... you shouldn't be doing it like this, you shouldn't be just crumbled in like, I don't know, a sack of fucking potatoes. Like, yeah, and of course you do not really seem to then be confident or just really believing in yourself and stuff like this. But I think on the opposite, you shouldn't also be like, hello. And once again, my phone said, fuck you. So recapping that, I think great posture is important. You shouldn't just really look like a fucking sack of potatoes. But on the other hand, I do also think that you shouldn't be like, having your chest out 7 miles, looking like a fucking dumbass and all that shit. Like, I think I think you just have to have some sort of a balance there. But I, by the way, just really wonder what's going on with the... It might actually be the cable. It might actually indeed be the cable. I have to monitor that. I hope that there's not going to be a lot of lost in this episode, because I already feel like that there is, because I don't know when this started. So might be fucked up, but I don't know. We will see, How to make your smile magically different. And I think the coolest part about all these things that we're going to go through here are the fact that, or is because of the fact that we can just try it out, And we can just try out whether this technique, I assume, about smiling is also going to just make the trick. If this is also going to change something, or if it's just some blee blah bloop woozle doozle bullshit. Could also be the case. I don't know. But we are gonna see. We are eventually gonna see. How to make your smile magically different. I like the word magically. Technique, the floating smile or fluting smile. Don't flash an immediate smile when you greet someone, as though anyone who walked into your line of sight would be the beneficiary. Instead, look at the other person's face for a second, pause, soak in their persona, then let a big warm responsive smile float over your face and overview your eyes. Into your eyes, It will engulf the recipient like a warm wave. The split-second delay convinces people your fluting smile is genuine and only for them. And I do believe that this is an important thing, because... and it kind of just reminded me on myself, because I'm just smiling all the fucking time. Sometimes, Especially when I'm just with people, and I know that a warm and big smile is something that's quite important. And maybe just really got into my subconscious mind. Like, I don't really believe that I've always been like just smiling at everyone. Like, have just taken some ecstasy or shit. But I think because I went through so many different books and so many different articles as well on just body language and just all the other things, I do believe that it somehow got into my subconscious mind, and now I'm always doing it. But the problem is I'm always doing it. I'm just smiling all the time. I guess at least, so I don't just see myself from the outside, obviously, unless I just have a look at the mirror. But yeah, so I think it's just a really good idea. And, even though it's probably not something new, and it's also probably something that you could have been able to come up with, but yeah, a big warm smile is an asset. But only when it comes a little slower, because then it has more credibility. It is more sincere and personalized for the recipient. Yes, indeed. How to strike everyone as intelligent and insightful by using your eyes. I do just see what Sivas or Derek means by it is a little bit flowery, because it is indeed a little bit like, do this and you're gonna be a fucking millionaire, motherfucker. it's like the kind of clickbaity thing we always see nowadays. And something that I've also seen is like it just also comes to fucking TikTok. And I really like TikTok as a platform. And, might be because of the fucking amazing organic reach that you're having on there. Like easily getting 100 fucking views on that is just, I don't know, everybody can do that. And also everybody can get just 1 million views. Of course, you gotta have to have a pretty cool video. So creativity really indeed is a huge factor on this platform. But everybody can do that, which is a great thing. But also on the other hand, in the first place, or just in the first few years, I would say, up to this point, I do notice it, there wasn't a lot of, okay, I'm going to show you my tits because this gives me a fucking lot of likes and a lot of views. And I'm going to show you my fucking car because this gives me a lot of likes and a lot of views. But at this point of time, it kind of changes a little bit. Unfortunately, there is more people doing so. And there is also more people just succeeding by doing so. So yeah. And it just reminded me on just how to get 1 million likes, how to do this, how to do that. And everyone is like, oh, I'm gonna try this out, But in the end, it's like just fucking bullshit. Anyway, enough of me just complaining about shit. Technique, the sticky eyes. Pretend your eyes are glued to your conversation's partner with sticky warm taffy. Okay, don't break eye contact even after he or she has finished speaking. When you must look away, do it ever so slowly, reluctantly, stretching the gooey taffy until the tiny string finally breaks. In a case study, the subjects report a significantly higher feelings of respect and fondness for their colleagues who had been counting their blinks. I see. Is this like a technique like counting somebody's blinks? If so, I wouldn't really suggest it, because then you're only focused on fucking counting their blinks, which is not that good in the end. But I already like this book so much because it's just something I can try out, because it's something that I will always think about. It's the amazing thing. Like if I'm just doing something in public when I'm in school, I'm gonna use this shit. It's gonna be so in my mind because it kind of fascinates me. It's actually one of the things that I like to just talk about the most, because it's fucking interesting. And I really hope, by the way, that's also just interesting to other people as well. And it's not only just some shit that I like to talk about, and do something about. But how to use your eyes to make someone fall in love with you. I am just looking forward to this. And by the way, I'm gonna do it like this so that I don't lose it. It's really long. It's a really long article, and I'm really looking forward so much to going through it. It's gonna be such a lot of fun. It's gonna really such a lot of fun. So, how to use your eyes to make someone fall in love with you? Let's see. Technique epoxy eyes. Or epoxy, I'm sorry, I can't read. Epoxy eyes. This brazen technique packs a powerful punch. A real punch right in your fucking mouth. Watch your target person even when someone else is talking. Okay, no matter who is speaking, keep looking at the man or woman you want to impact. It says, I can't take my eyes off of you, or I only have eyes for you. Concentrate on the listener, your target, rather than the speaker. You are extremely interested in his or her reactions. Even though, I'm not too sure about that. I gotta have to try that out anyway, because I'm having a girlfriend, so if I would just be doing this with somebody, then I'd just not want to kind of create false intentions or some shit. First of all, my first concern there. And the second thing is, doesn't it is also a little bit creepy if you just constantly have a look at somebody else, and if you constantly watch somebody doing something, I don't know. I think just indeed there you kind of just have to make sure that it's not strange. If you just look at somebody like this, then I don't know. I think it is a little tiny bit strange. I'm not quite sure, but I guess. And on the other hand, if you just look just normally and just not looking creepy, and maybe just not constantly doing that. I don't know. I have a feeling that constantly doing that might or might not be the best thing. I would actually like to kind of just, I would like to just, highlight certain parts there, but everything is important. So I think in the end, I'm just going to take everything, even though I don't know if this is that legal, but I'm always giving credit. So yeah, I'm just creating a fucking big library of just an enormous amount of things that are cool and important and interesting. How to win their heart by responding to their inner infant. Interesting. It kind of is a little strange, but interesting. Technique, the big baby pivot. Give everyone you meet the big baby pivot. The instant the two of you are introduced, reward your new acquaintance. Give them the warm smile, the total body turn, and the undivided attention you would give a tiny tyke who crawled up to your feet, turned a precious face up to yours, and beamed a big toothless grin. Pivoting 100% towards the new person shouts, I think you are very, very special. Indeed, it makes sense. Kind of, is it a problem? I don't know if it is a problem, but something that I'm always going to say is that it just makes sense. It's nothing new. But still, I think we just forget about those things. And we just maybe also don't see them. We don't see the tree in the woods because there's so many trees. How to make someone feel like an old friend at once. I do, by the way, just wonder how someone is able to just come up with that. Like just always having something. And the next one, how to come across as 100% credible, I think, to everyone. Like, it's amazing headlines there. Or sub-headlines? Well. Depends. Technique, hello old friend. When meeting someone, imagine he or she is an old friend. And old customer, an old beloved, or someone else you had great affection for. How sad the vicissitudes of life tore you to asunder. I just Google. He maintains his sunny disposition despite life's vicissitudes. Change, alteration, alternation, transformation, metamorphosis, transmutation. Amazing. Now I know. Of life tore you to asunder. Is this also like apart? I believe. But holy mackerel, now the meeting, the convention has reunited you with your long-lost old friend. The joyful experience starts a remarkable chain reaction in your body, from the subconscious softening of your eyebrows to the positioning of your toes and everything in between. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. What the fuck? I'm gonna repeat it. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care about them. Interesting. Whenever you're traveling in countries where you don't speak the native tongue, be sure to use the hello old friend technique. When you act as though you like someone, you start to really like them. I'm not quite sure about that, to be honest. But yeah. But is there actually a technique right now, or is it just assuming that, or just creating a picture in your mind that you are indeed meeting with an old friend or some shit? Could be. I assume actually, at least. Whenever you're traveling countries, do that. How to come across as 100 credible to everyone. I think it's 100%, but yeah. The technique is called limit the fidget spinner. This has actually also been one of the trends, like everyone had to have a fidget spinner, and now nobody gives a shit. Besides those people that really need them, I guess, because there is actually a function for them, like they can be used for something smart. So yeah. Whenever your conversation really counts, let your nose itch, your ear tingle, or your foot prickle. Do not fidget, twitch, wiggle, squirm, or scratch. And above all, keep your paws away from your puss. Keep your paws away from your puss. People wonder if this is like a short version of something, but I don't think so. A playful or young woman. A person's face, mouth, or expression. Yeah, I see. I think it is a cat. Yeah, I wondered. A playful or coquettish girl or woman. Early 16th century, probably from Middle Low German. Puss. I don't know it either. I don't know this. But yeah, it means just face. And cat, apparently. Hand motions near your face and all fidgeting can give your listener the gut feeling you're fibbing. What is fibbing? The fuck? Lying. Oh. Fidgety movements give listeners a sense something just isn't right. Professional communicators squelch any signs anyone could mistake for shiftiness. They fix a constant gaze on the listener. They never put their hands on their faces. They don't massage their arm when it tingles or rub their nose when it itches. They don't lose their color when it's hot or blink because it's sandy. They don't wipe away tiny perspiration beads in public or shield their eyes from the sun. I don't understand the last one. Like, is shielding your eyes from the sun indeed like something that could be misunderstood? Kinda. Kind of. Not quite sure. But yeah, I think it makes sense. And not just eliminate all the potential or just all the possibilities of being or just being received as somebody else or just receiving the communication that you're trying to make as something else as it actually is or as you intended to send out. How to read people like you have ESP. What's ESP? Technique, hands, horse sense. Make it a habit to get on a dual track while talking. Express yourself, but keep a keen eye on how your listener is reacting to what you're saying. Then plan your moves accordingly. If a horse can do it, so can a human. People will say you pick up on everything. You never miss a trick. You've got horse sense. Yes, indeed. I think listening is everything. Listening is just a huge part of it. So yeah, the question of the day. And by the way, I've also changed a few settings, so I hope that the quality is good, but the problems that I'm having with the whole shit should be kind of solved. I guess, I believe, I think. I'm not quite sure, but I assume. But yeah, the question of today is, could you do a better job at being nicer when you communicate, if you know what I mean? Because could you be a nicer communicator? Could you be a nicer person as such as well, kind of? Ask yourself, because I believe that a lot more people could be doing that. I really believe so. So yeah, the outro. I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy and basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person. With that being said, 3 other questions that I'm having you are, why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea. And yeah, with that being said, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I also just appreciate the book, but thank you for the time and attention and everything. And I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. So, bye-bye.